One shot, let's begin. Mom, please punish me again by Shuang Shi. Translated and uploaded by FaceDesk and Assassin Art. All right. We read, we react, and we relive. I mean, which one of us hasn't um, wanted our parents to punish us further because we did an infraction? I don't know. I was actually quite terrified of getting punished, so we'll see where this leads. Let's begin, everybody. Mom, please punish me again. Aw.
I'm studying, doing homework. Oh. As a reward, Mama will take you to the park later. You study for the whole day. Thanks. But no thanks, Mom, since I'm studying.
Slap.
What? Hmm. How dare you block my attack? Mom, I'm already way out of your league. Getting rather cocky, huh, Nikumi-chan? Grab, slap. Huh? What? Mom, you crying? An opening? Mom, why? Why are you letting me win? It's because you're my precious little girl. Mom, Mom, my daughter, you're still too naive.
Oh my gosh. Translation of Titanium Blue Wings, Z and FaceDesk.net. That's funny. Um, yeah, this is action comedy, I guess is the way to put it. Now, again, if you want to take these things far too seriously, um, you might go like, oh, this is romanticizing child abuse. You know, they're going and they're fighting. They're actually clashing back to back. The duel. Like, what's going on? Why are we glorifying a mom and a daughter fighting? You know, and then emotional manipulation. Why are we like romanticizing this? You know, that's if you want to do that. But ooh, I will say that if you take less seriously, it's meant to be. I think this is quite good. I like this setup. It's funny. I would have liked the manga to be a little bit more finished, as this is preliminary, but maybe there is a finished one. I like this Koke. She's studying, and then it is pretty funny because it is like what's that called? Subverting tropes, I believe. I was trying to see if this robot was anything. I don't know if it is anything. So from word, Mom will take you to the parkland, and she's like, no. Oh, Diablo. Okay, yeah, okay, I recognize that. I never played it, but it is some nerd. And then whack. It's like, how dare you? Literally breaking the panel. Like that's like a small thing that I don't see people doing that much. Where the characters go and they don't like go past the panel because all the time you might have people go here, but to actively have them break the panel and kind of break the fourth wall, that's actually a really cool effect. I kind of want to see a little bit more of, and can't think of the last time I saw that where a character's power was so great they just destroyed the panel like that. And then she goes and she like she blocked it too with her little sketch. She's like, "Oh, I planned that there, whatever the M is." Um, and I guess that would be enough. But the main thing too, like in combat sports, I've learned is even if you do sit like this, bop, you're still hitting yourself in the face. Like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Right? Even like this, still gonna be like a bit whatever. Especially with how she's holding you with one hand, unless their strengths are different. Who knows? And then this one is this is such a pose. Uh, feels like a JoJo pose. or like just standing on business, like, Mom, I'm already way out of your league. Like she ascended beyond as the mom is there, and it's like, whoosh. It's just such a cool stance. I love it. And then of course getting rather cocky. How you think you're strong? And the emotion in this face is so great. And she goes, and she like is parrying her, and she's like doing these things. She's gonna slap her again, and then she goes to, but in a very realistic setting, yeah, the mom is like crying. She's like, "Why am I getting the chat? What's going on here?" Da 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 with the disrespect and whatnot. And it's at least good in the sense of like, okay, it shows the mom cares and is not just trying to beat her kid, you know. But it's also playing like a very long classical trope of like, the person not wanting to finish the job. And in this case, it's just well done, and the relationship with the big mom and daughter really does add to this stuff where it's believable. You don't need to wait like have a couple of episodes or many arcs of build up to see them stop that or do this moment. And then she breaks the panel like this. Her daughter does, like daughter like mother, like mother like daughter. Boom, goes and knocks her down. And then why are you letting me win? Because that's a very valid point. She's a grown woman, and she is just kind of letting her win, or at least you would hope, right? Unless the mother is sickly or something. And it was such a beautiful, like, oh, it's because you're my girl. I can't bring myself to harm you. And she's crying. She's like, Mom, Mom. And then she's like, oh no, she's passed out. Like, oh no, did this like slap go and like kill her? I guess she did break the panel. And she actually did connect, right? And it's also like she did hit her mom in the end. And I will say, like, I could see the reacting like this, like when I was learning martial arts and stuff. And I actually got pretty decent at it, at least relative to the average person, to the average professional. I'm nowhere near. I'd be killed. I'd be murdered. I'd be all those things. But to your average person, I was relatively competent. I hope I'm still that competent at it there. But my dad did martial arts when he was younger, right around my age. But then, he's like 60 some odd. I mean, he's like, hey, let's fight, let's spar. And my dad went through some sort of medical treatments like a couple year back, like his stomach. He had to like get some things removed, and I was like, no, 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 I don't want to even spar you. No, no, like, 'cause, I also didn't want to hit my dad. Like, no, I don't want to hit you. Why do you want to even do this? No, I don't want. And then all that, I'm sure would have been fine, but I didn't even want to because breaking that barrier, even in like sport or chest, I don't know, I couldn't. And then I used to start just slapping her back. She's like, no, no, you fell for it. I gotcha. I gotcha. I don't know what this is, but that's funny. And then just a cute little puff is like, oh, okay, you won this round. I guess I'll stop studying. And again, if you wanted to like super hyperanalyze too much, be like, oh yeah, how dare she sabotage her daughter, not be happy for success in studying, right? Gosh, let's see. Mom, please punish me again. I feel like the title also is like, is that accurate? I'm sure it's a translation. Is it like, oh, Mom, I don't want to hurt you, or like, Mom, I hit you, so hit me again, or something? I don't know. Let's see if I could do this.
Has estado,
Hmm.
has estado usted, has estado estudi- has estado estudiando durante todo el día. ¿Cómo recompensa mamá te llevar al parque? Gracias, pero no gracias, prefiero quedarme a estudiar. ¿Eh? ¿Cómo te atreves a bloquear mi ataque? Mamá, yo estoy por encima de tu liga. Nunca podrás hacerme daño. No seas tan arrogante, Nikome-chan. Uch. Mamá, está... Uch. Mamá, ¿por qué eres mi inocente y hermosa hija? Mamá, slap. Mi niña sigue siendo débil.
I think the trend is roughly, were you always this weak? Or don't be so weak or something. Um, Naive. Anyways, I just want student Spanish, and it was relatively fast. I don't know. This was a fun one. Oh, it's the only one they ever made. What? Because I mean, this was actually really fun for what it was. I like it as a one shot. I guess if you really wanted to do like a slice of life battle manga, I think that would actually be kind of sick. Like you take everyday scenarios and then you turn them into like battle mangas where it's like, "Uh-oh, I got to go to school." Well, no, you can't go to school. Well, um I don't know. Well, of course, we'll have like we'll try to avoid like parent-child fights. Not in their entirely, but like for this thing I'm brainstorming through, because that's so easy to do, right? Like parent-child fights. It's like, okay, great, you don't do this, let's fight. Let's duke it out. Um, Although if you do that, that could be interesting, especially with the puberty get older, adults get older. Maybe it could be like now you're battling yourself to try and wake up and get out of bed or something, you know? Or it's like, hey, now I need to go and battle my sibling because they went and they're hogging the computer, they're hogging the Wi Fi, they're hogging the video game console. Or it's like, okay, maybe I need to go and like battle my teacher now because I didn't want to do the homework. I want to talk back or this, that, or the other. Or like, I think it'd be kind of fun if there was like little conflicts where they had battles that were presented as huge epics and they were for relatively mundane things. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think it would be a little bit hard to do, but it could be prime rom com. Probably not rom com, but maybe rom com if you don't want to. But prime action comedy because the only reason this is just so serious or so funny is one is it subverts the expectation the parent wants to study more or less, and it's too. It takes like what would be like no you're studying no whatever, and then just kind of condenses it into like a fun little battle thing. You know, you could do like all these extra things, extra tropes too. Like, ha, well, you didn't do your homework. Well, I guess you got to punish. I don't want to punish you. Get a zero. Like, okay, but then you're gonna get extra homework here, a new technique, or da 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 da. Like, I transform. You haven't seen me. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I just want to see so many of it. But yeah, this was exciting. We need to do more action, and we will do more action. Trust me. Like the main thing is I'm finishing up some accelerated classes and I'm not procrastinating, but they require a lot of work due in a relatively short period of time. So, yeah, we do our best. And honestly, we do our best. So, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.